Thanks for hitting the download button on the Steve Austin Show Unleashed podcast. Everything flies here and nothing is off limits. And we're going to get rolling right after we take care of your sleep. I know how hard it is to get a good night's sleep, and I know that a good night's sleep is different for every single person out there. Everybody on this great green earth is a unique individual. You don't walk like anyone else or talk like anyone else, and you certainly don't sleep like anyone else. So why is your mattress one size fits all? Ain't got to be like that no more thanks to Helix. Go to helixsleep.com, answer a few simple questions, and they'll use their proprietary algorithm to run a 3D biomechanical model of your body to create the most comfortable mattress you have ever slept on. Helix worked with the world's leading sleep scientists to develop this formula so that everyone can get an affordable, customized mattress and enjoy the best sleep of their lives. Helix even customizes each side of the mattress for all you couples out there. So if you like things a little firmer and your significant other prefers something on the softer side, you can customize your individual sides of the mattress and still sleep in the same bed. It's a win-win here, people. And here's the best part. You have 100 nights to try it out. And if you don't love your custom mattress, Helix will pick it up free and give you a full refund, no questions asked. So go to helixsleep.com/podcast and get $50 off your order. That's helixsleep.com/podcast. helixsleep.com/podcast.
The following program is a podcast1.com production. He started in a small town in Texas. Worked his ass off to become one of the most famous wrestlers of all time.
We're going to take care of business tonight, and that's the bottom line.
And now he's dominating the world of on-demand audio. And he's doing it for the working man.
This is a damn good outlet for me to spew the bullshit off my brain.
Yeah! This is the Steve Austin Show. Unleashed. Unleashed.
All right, everybody, welcome to the Steve Austin Show. I am coming to you from the mean street of Los Angeles, California today. I'm over here at my rental house at 317 Gimmick Street. Hell, I've tried to do this goddamn open about 6-7 times, and all the pounding and the hammers going on next door in my house, 316 Gimmick Street, have been fucking me up. My wife just walked into the house. Kristen, how you doing?
Fabulous.
Yeah, she's running errands, doing all her bullshit, and I'm over here sitting at this 4x4 podcast table. I used to have my Pearl Beer neon clock sitting right here on the table, but as soon as we got over here, my wife says, "Can't you put that clock in another room? We don't have room on the table for it." So I ain't got my Pearl Beer neon clock to look at, thanks to my wife, who seems to think she rules this roost as well as the 316 roost. Son of a bitch. Back here in L.A., slugging it out. Man, today I got a hellacious podcast for you. Just the other Tuesday, y'all heard the people over at Noble Ale Works, Brad and Matt, we were sitting there shooting the breeze about craft beer. Well, we're going to shoot a little bit more breeze about craft beer, but then we segue into some good-ass pro wrestling conversation because Brad's a hellacious wrestling fan, and we can kind of lift the language restriction and make the conversation flow a little bit better. So I've got a good podcast for you. I took an Uber over there, like I said, with Rob Croxall from El Segundo Brewing Company and made things a lot easier. That way, I didn't have to drive home because I think I could have made it home, but I would have been at least about a 0.5, maybe a 0.6 by the time we got done. We shut the podcast down and kept drinking a few more beers, but you cannot risk drinking and driving, so I suggest that you never try to do that. We Ubered over there. We were responsible. But the next day, I got up, started going on about my business in the streets of Los Angeles. I was driving my Ford Bronco around. And then running errands, going to Home Depot, getting some shit. And I called my wife up and said, "You want to go to sushi and eat lunch?" And she said, "Yeah, that'd be nice." So we loaded up, went down to a little sushi restaurant, had lunch. And I'll be goddamn if we was sitting at a major intersection right by our house, and two of the goddamnedest things I've seen since I've been living in Los Angeles is what I saw. We saw a damn Jeep Wrangler, or as a four-door Jeep Cherokee, whatever it was, and this vehicle had about 20 rebar bars tied underneath the vehicle and tied up to the bumpers. I have never in my life, not just here in the streets of Los Angeles, but never in my life seen anybody haul rebar in such a fashion. Usually you'd put it on a trailer or on a rack above a truck that's made to hold rebar, but these motherfuckers, and rebar is long wrought iron pieces of iron that you use in building, construction, cement, concrete work. If you don't know what rebar is, if you're a city slicker, look it up on the damn dictionary. But I have never seen this done before. So the rebar was sticking out about 3 feet past the back bumper and about 2 feet past the front bumper. And of course they had red flags tied on in front of each end so that you could see what was up. Kristen, could you believe that motherfucker carried that rebar like that? I mean, I'm still flabbergasted by it because I didn't think you, first of all, when you put all that weight together of those individual pieces of rebar, and there was 20 or 30 pieces, that's a couple hundred pounds. So how did they jack it up there just to tie it and secure it?
I don't know. It was going to impale the car's tires in front of us.
Oh, my God. Yeah, this something would have been in a wreck. Someone would have got fucked up. But anyway, you talk about jerry-rigging. I ain't never seen that before. And then, to top it all off, right on the opposing lane coming at us was a Crown Victoria with 4 mattresses tied on top of the motherfucker. And 2 of them were queen size, and I guess the regular one was, a full size? But I ain't never seen, it was a set of box springs, a queen size mattress, a regular, and 2 other mattresses tied on top to a Crown Vic. Huh? Yeah, that's the thing about Los Angeles. Nobody has trucks over here. I got a pickup truck in Texas. I can't use it in Los Angeles because it's in Texas, but once you have a pickup truck, you can almost never not exist without a pickup truck. So nobody out here in L.A. has pickup trucks. The time I took my Kawasaki Mule out to the Broken Skull compound where we filmed Broken Skull Challenge, I had to rent a truck from U-Haul. I had to rent one along with the trailer because my fucking Range Rover, when they put the trailer hitch on it, they didn't hook up any lights, so I had to rent a truck. I felt like a real dipshit having to drive a U-Haul, swig a beer to U-Haul. They're a fine outfit, fine organization, but they wouldn't lease me that trailer because I didn't have no hookups for my lights. Kristen, when are we going to take my SUV back to the Range Rover dealership so they can hook up the lights? Because it's a funny thing. When I told the guy I wanted a trailer hitch on it, and then also that would include lights. So you can be responsible and you plug in your trailer lights so people behind you know what direction you're turning. And a U-Haul won't lease shit to you if you ain't got no tail lights, which is smart on their part. But this has been a whole year since I've taken that thing out there. We got to take the Summits back to the damn dealership to get them to finish the goddamn job.
Well, because nobody has trailer hitches here either.
Well, you're about right, because it's funny. Sometimes you'll see, like, and some of you people probably got them, like a small car, compact car, a mid-sized car, and you can't even get a 2-inch tow hitch on there because of the weight restrictions of what your car will tow. So you'll get the little bitty gimmick hitches on there. Anyway, I segued into a bunch of bullshit. That goddamn Crown Vic with all them mattresses on top. Hey, but when you got to do what you got to do, that's what you do, right?
That's correct.
So anyway, that motherfucker carrying the rebar, though, that's the damnedest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Fuck, what else I got going on? Son of a bitch. In last episode of CMT, Steve Austin's Broken Skull Challenge happens this Sunday, January the 29th. It's the women. If y'all thought the guys blew it out of the water, if y'all thought the guys blew that shit out of the water last Sunday, make sure you tune in this Sunday. These damn women, they come out here and they just tore the Broken Skull Challenge compound to shreds. You talk about effort, badass athleticism, killer instinct, Katie bar the door, everything goes. Man, I couldn't have been more proud of the women that showed up, and they're going to put on a hell of a damn show, man. All through the challenges and fucking double skull buster. It's fucking epic. Last episode happens this Sunday. Make sure you set your DVRs because this is some can't miss shit. I was proud to have Season 4 of the Broken Skull Challenge. We'll see if CMT decides to continue this show or we ride off into the sunset. But don't fucking miss it. You will dig this coming show. Hell, Kristen, I'm sitting there looking at my computer. I didn't know Valentine's Day is coming up in a couple of weeks. I can't believe we're almost out of January. Fuck, it's January 25th. I'm sitting here. The podcast drops tomorrow. We got back to L.A. on January 7th, so it's a little over 3 weeks. And it's almost February. Valentine's Day's almost here. We going to do anything for Valentine's Day?
No.
Should I get you some flowers? Okay, I'm going to get my flowers from thebooks.com. That's the read I'm fixing to do. Son of a bitch, time flies by. You know one thing I hate about being in Los Angeles, Kristen? I feel like I'm trapped here in this damn city. You know, 316 Gimmick Street's being remodeled. We got this rental house next door. We're fortunate to be here so we can watch all the progress being made, keep tabs on everybody. We got our Wi-Fi. We got our direct TV hooked up. They hooked it up for free because we're loyal customers since 2007. We got that shit going for us. So we got all the stuff over here, well, about a quarter of the stuff that we normally have, but we're living comfortably. I feel trapped over here. You get out to the ranch, I can just get on my Kawasaki mule and ride around, you know, go do work. I don't feel like I do enough over here. I kind of want to go just, you know, I like to interview people for the podcast. Got to put some legwork in. What?
Clean your clothes out.
Oh, shit, man. When we started the remodel over there, of course, we took every single thing we own out of that house, other than in the cabinets, all the closets, because just everything's being redone. And so I had to take all my clothes out. Man, I got a lot of clothes, but I wear the same shit over and over again. So now, since I had that power rack delivered over to 316 Gimmick Street Garage, which is my new gym, it's where I'm getting my swell on, we took all the clothes out of the garage and we brought them over here and put them in one of these spare bedrooms. And now my wife is on my ass to go through my clothes, sort out what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to throw out.
You don't throw it out.
Well, I know I'm not going to throw it out. I'll tell you what I'm thinking about doing. I think I'm going to do like a virtual garage sale on eBay and have all the profits go to 2 charities of my choice. Maybe one for dogs and something else. I don't want to make no money off of it, but all the shit I got, I can give it away. So I think I'm really thinking about doing a virtual garage sale. What do you think about that?
I've never heard of virtual.
Well, I mean, I ain't never heard of a virtual garage sale either, but if you just put shit on eBay and sell it, if I can get the... Man, last time we tried to do some charity work, and then we couldn't even donate to the charity. I won't mention it, but it was bullshit, man. I was trying to help an organization out, and they make you jump through so many hoops, it's not even worth it.
So we donated to Operation Gratitude.
Yeah, we donated some other stuff, but yeah, I need to get rid of some shit, and I just soon put it on eBay, sell it, and give the 100% of the proceeds to whatever organizations we pick. Anyway, fuck, let me bore you with those details. That's the shit I got to think about when I stop the podcast. Anyway, man, hey, man, we started talking about pro wrestling. We let the hair down and started flying the 4-letter words down there at Noble Ale Works in Anaheim, California with Brad and Matt. Rob Crocs off of Mel Segundo Brewing Company was down there. It was fun hanging out with those guys. And they made some badass beer. So if you're in the Anaheim area, go down there and check out Noble Ale Works. Let me get on with some business here. Like I said, Valentine's Day is coming up, guys. And y'all don't want to be in the doghouse come February 14th, so I'm going to make it real easy on you. Hell, I'm going to make it real easy on myself. And I'm going to save you some dinero in the process, and myself as well. Go to Books.com. That's BOUQS.com. Order up a gigantic bouquet of flowers and then use my promo code Steve to save 20% off your order. And when you register at Books.com, you'll also get free weekday delivery. And with Books Flowers, there ain't no hidden fees. No care and handling fees. They ain't going to try and upsell you on a bunch of other stuff. What you see is what you get. And what she'll see on Valentine's Day are some beautiful flowers. Books flowers are grown on eco-friendly farms and cut fresh, so the flowers last longer too. They got farms on the side of volcanoes and all along the coast of California. It's farm fresh flowers right to her table. So be the Valentine's Day hero this year like I am. Order her flowers from Books.com. That's BOUQS.com and use my promo code Steve to get 20% off. Books flowers start at just $40, so this ain't going to break your bank either. Get on it. Books.com and use the promo code Steve to save 20%. And remember to register so that you get the free weekday delivery. Shh, I'm going to call Books.com right now. Order my girl some flowers. Yeah, it is right down the street from us. Anyway, let's get to the body of the podcast coming up next.
You are about to participate in a great adventure.
Something I can see coming out of that black hole of the eyes. It might be a face.
You wanted more of the best in paranormal talk radio? Podcast One and Jericho Network answered. Now, 5 nights a week, Beyond the Darkness. Subscribe now.
Steve Austin, Unleashed.
Okay, here we are. We're sitting, let me give you guys a visual. You know, we're in the Noble Ale Works office. We're in the, this is like the lunchroom of the office. And there's two picnic tables.
It used to be the rumpus room.
Stacked next to each other. Running, long ways?
Mm-hmm. Latitude, longitude.
There's about 12 feet at the table here, and I'm sitting here, and Rob is sitting beside me, not close.
No,
leaned up against.
I can scoot over.
I'm leaned up the other way. I'm leaned up against the wall, and everybody else, Brad and Matt, and everybody else on the other side. So we're just kicking back here, and someone just put another beer in front of me, and I just got finished tasting the Crowler.
Yeah, Crowler is out of a Crowler. You had tongue tickles.
It's tongue tickles. I'm sorry, I keep screwing that up.
Can.
That's why I never won an award. I don't do my homework.
No, come on.
I just want to crush this can on my head. what is this beer that was placed in front of me? Because I told Rob that we were going to come over here and get a big buzz and go back home.
Yeah, you got a driver.
I've got a pretty good buzz.
All right.
What I got right here?
This is Naughty Sauce. So this is our light-colored, our blonde stout. So it looks like, I guess, yeah.
Blonde stout's kind of an oxymoron. But.
It is, right. I mean, it was stout back in, in history. It was just a big beer and mouthfeel-wise. But now, anymore, everyone thinks of a stout, they think of something with dark malt. Roast, or I'm pulling too far away from the microphone, but roasted malt. So it has like... either roasty, toasty characteristics in the finish. Oftentimes, I mean, that's like a Guinness. I mean, everyone's had a Guinness, right?
Right.
I mean, if you haven't had a Guinness, what are you doing?
You ever been to a real proper British pub when they have Guinness and Currant?
Oh yeah, we did that one time. No, I don't know what that is.
Really? Like a currant. It's kind of like a strawberry.
Yeah, the berry, right?
It's red.
Black currant.
It basically is like red syrup. They'll pour in there.
Oh, into the Guinness
at the pub.
Yeah.
So they
sounds awesome.
Pour the Guinness. Yeah. Me and Lord Stephen Regal, good friend of mine.
Yeah, good friend of mine. Yeah,
from Blackpool, England.
Yeah.
Man, we used to work for WCW back in the day, World Championship Wrestling,
right? And
we go do our television tapings down there in Orlando. Well, me and Steve Regal, William Regal, he had many different names.
Yes.
We would stay in this little shitbox hotel in Kissimmee, and there was a British pub down there called Rover's Return. And, man, we would get drunk and throw darts all night long and drink Guinness and Currant. But so
That's
basically
awesome.
it's just Guinness, straight out drafted, they're good stuff.
And then a little bit of syrup.
Just a little bit.
Those brewers know you were putting syrup in their beer?
Man, I mean, what's the thing? If you go to a proper British pub, they will always have the Currant there. So some people,
I've
never heard of it.
for it. I know some. There's a way
if you go to a proper British pub, you must try this.
Okay, I know. When Andy Black opens,
Vito's over taking pictures. Don't post any pictures of me with my glasses on. You go cool my cool factor.
Yeah. What glasses?
So this is the naughty sauce.
This is naughty sauce.
Okay,
That's why I told you that I think you would think it's cool on the way down.
Yeah. So do you get a stout vibe? What do you think of that?
I do get a stout vibe.
If that's
it doesn't taste like it looks.
Yeah. That was the idea, just to F with people.
It's really cool.
Mind F, I think.
The Mind F.
That is very
Is it a Tuesday show? Is it what we're doing?
Yeah, it's a
All right,
family
just
friendly
checking.
show.
All right,
We've remained in the family friendly zone thus far.
I think that's far. Yeah.
So tell me about the characteristics of this beer.
Oh man.
What is there many hops in this?
No, it's all bittering early on in the boil, so it's just to balance it out. To some degree, it's fairly sweet, right? There's a lot of lactose in it, which is milk sugar that is
Oh, no, I'm
unfermentable.
lactose intolerant.
Don't tell me that.
Okay.
It's gonna be a terrible.
I killed
Call
Stone Cold.
911.
I was gonna say it's gonna be a terrible ride home.
Somebody just put a nipple on this thing.
I've never seen anyone see some lactose.
Oh my God, it's really
Vince McMahon
bad.
tried, but I killed Stone Cold. Yeah. So no. What's funny about this beer, though? What's fun about this beer is that people who are lactose intolerant do get violent diarrhea and horrible farts.
In my backpack, I brought a couple of diapers because I thought that might happen.
Yeah. So, but yeah, there's a lot of roast character. It's a light Portola Coffee roasts this for us, and they're known for a very light coffee roast. Third Wave, I think we're still calling it that. I don't know. It's been years, but basically, light-ish roast. So this is dark for them, and they source excellent coffee beans as well, like top, like 90 to 100 in the range for grading in coffee, as far as I understand. Which I don't know what that means. I'm not a coffee guy.
Numbers, yeah, numbers are good.
But numbers, right?
Yeah.
So
But surely you must drink coffee.
I do drink coffee. Yeah,
Lots.
I enjoy coffee. We drink a lot of coffee. Brewers.
I thought you were
Rob?
going to say Shirley. First of all, don't call me Shirley. Second of all, I am serious.
Missed it, man.
I know. Damn it. But yeah, no,
Let's do it again. Stacy, I'm just kidding. Hey, okay. This is interesting. This is a good beer, but I'm on an IPA swing.
No, this is not IPA.
No.
It's nonsense.
But my question is, or my statement is,
Yes.
you got another IPA for me?
Vito? Let's see. Well, I'm sure we do.
The Broken Skull IPA.
Oh, it was a Broken Skull. That's the good stuff.
He knows that beer.
Look how bright AF too. That's nice. What we got? We got Big Wig. Yeah, we blew our other hazy beer today. We have the our other hazy IPA, and we got a bunch in the tanks. All our tanks, but 3 have IPAs in them right now. But yeah, we're down to Big Wig. We have another hazy one on.
Hoppy Pilsner with.
Oh, we do have a Hoppy Pilsner. Do we have that? Pistol Whipped. That's okay. So it's a lager. What's happening? Why are we doing this? What are you gonna do to me?
He's gonna shank you.
Stab you. Oh
I'm going to open a beer. I just pulled out my knife to open it.
all right.
Jesus
I don't know.
Christ. kid. Come on.
I went to that march earlier today, and I'm just nervous when I see a knife. I don't know.
Someone just got killed across the street on Monday. Also,
Can I get a glass? Thank you.
Let me tell you what's really cool about this beer, by
Go
the way.
ahead. Thank you. Please.
What I really like
Jump
about
in here,
naughty
Rob.
sauce is lactose. When people use it in like big quantities, can get like really slick and overwhelming.
It's true.
Dude, that's not this at all.
Well,
It's
there's a
amazing.
fair amount like extra malt and
No, but you get a little bit of that
Yeah.
quality, that background, but no, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's not overwhelming.
I'm glad you like it.
I've
That's
always liked
great.
it.
No,
I told you, my
first
whole
off,
staff
we
was
love
across
your
the
beer.
street drinking
No,
this beer the other day.
It's a mutual fondness for our beers here, I think. I think. I know. What'd you get? Is this your...
I don't know what that is.
that's Pistol Whip.
Oh, okay, so Hoppy Pilsner,
New Zealand.
basically.
Oh, really?
Tell me about the Pistol Whip name.
Well, we listened to a lot... All right, so a while back, we used to have Hip Hop Fridays. We don't have anymore. Now it's like
Kendrick Lamar
Well, Kendrick
Fridays.
Lamar, yeah, now it's just Kendrick Lamar. But we used to listen to Biggie, and there's a reference to pistol whipping in one of his songs. Violent lyrics I wouldn't recommend to children.
Not on Tuesday. Probably not on Tuesday.
No, and so we called it Pistol Whipped. This is a fun idea. It's like, imagine that pistol whipping you with a beer. That's impossible, I guess. But, yeah, it had a good, strong...
No pistol involved.
There's no pistol, right. But it has a good, strong hop kind of just hits you with hops. It's
Right.
So we hammer it with New Zealand hops, Motueka, and then we also add in Wakatu. That's the guy. This guy.
That's how you say that?
Whack.
I always said Wakadu. I don't know.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I don't know.
No, they don't. Yeah, the hop guys don't.
They need to
out
come
and
with,
tell-
like,
don't tell us-
dictionary how to say things.
Yeah.
So, man, how popular is this beer? Because this is on the lightest part of the menu,
It is.
and this is the Czech-style Pilsner.
Yeah. But it's not very popular. I mean, we just poured it for you because you wanted some hoppy.
Is hoppy?
It's hoppy. Check it out. I don't have one. All right. Oh, thanks. Perfect.
I would share mine with you, but I'm a germaphobe, and I don't drink after anybody.
Look, I'm a germaphobe too.
Right.
You know, yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I am a germ. I actually have a germophobia as well. I'm afraid of germs. They're tiny, they're microscopic, but. What do you think?
I like it.
Do you? All right. This is dead air.
Dude, no. It's going to make you air. Because I don't lie. I used to. Back in another life. A couple divorces later. I don't lie about shit.
Yeah, that happens.
No. I'll tell you like it is.
What do you think? To me, it's all about the finish on this beer. To me,
just it kind of shuts off.
Yeah.
Rob, give me some feedback on this.
I don't know. I don't have it in front of me yet.
Oh man, what are we doing here? This is a Mickey Mouse operation.
Train is just derailing.
Lingers a little bit. Just clean. Just
pretty. Yeah. I like it. It's snappy. It kind of finishes right off.
But it's not too snappy up front.
No.
Dude, that's just a nice beer.
Thanks. It's and God, we don't make
it's really not fair to drink it after these two big aromatic beers we just had. You kind of get nuked on it.
Yeah, I know. I still get the Motueka. Motueka is kind of limey and floral to me. If you want to go that, if you want to start talking about flavor profiles and things like that, which we don't, because who cares?
A little bit like a lime peel. No, I get it.
Lime peel. Lime is big. Yeah, that's exactly right. I think as well. Did you blow up over me?
Not on purpose.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. You look like you're going to ask questions.
No, I'm just sitting there trying to savor this beer.
I think this podcast is just spiraling right now down the swirling the drain, possibly.
Just taking all this in.
All right. What else we got? Let's see. Have we gone through everything? I mean, you had Tank Top, you had Swole Patrol. One's same recipe. One's a lager. One's a
Schwartz
ale.
beer.
That's a good beer.
The Schwartz. Cut off Gene Cargo Schwartz. Do we have that?
We do.
Another great name.
Pistol Whip. That's a good beer.
You like the Pistol Whip?
Yeah, I do. No, we've been all over the place.
We're all over the place.
Yeah, we definitely.
I started with your light beer. I started with Tank Top, right?
Yes. Tank Top was that's a.
I started with Tank Top, and then we went to IPAs, double IPAs, went into the naughty sauce.
Yeah. Nobody should do that. Just kidding.
Do you have the cutoff cargo? Because
we do.
That's back on the hoppiest menu.
Cut off Gene Cargo Schwartz. No, it should be under Darkish. It's under Darkish. So
tell me about your man's milk.
Well, how much time do you have?
Hopefully not a lot.
See what I did there?
Totally disturbing if you don't know what we're talking about.
Right. If you just walked around in this conversation, you'd run out of here and call the police.
Steve has changed. But it's on the hoppiest side. Is it a stout or is it hoppy?
You talking about Cut Off Gene Cargo Schwartz?
No, man's milk.
Oh, man's milk is also so darkest. So we've that's under the darkest.
Oh,
category.
darkest. Yeah, I was looking under the hoppiest thing.
No. It just continued. It's just right there.
Man,
this menu is. I don't know who did this. I'm not in charge of the menus. I think Matt did this.
I don't know how to work a computer.
It was all in the name of saving a tree.
So I got a question really quick.
Jumping right,
we're out of glasses.
So as the brewery guy, I'm curious. That space you guys have is gigantic. What are you guys going to do out there? I mean, I'm actually really jealous. You guys been my mind.
We're building a gym.
Yeah, it looks like you guys put like an indoor football stadium in there.
No, it's CrossFit.
It's insane.
Gonna roll over wheels the wrong way.
I'm thinking about actually adding a mezzanine to my brewery because I got no room. You guys have that out there.
I know. And so 30 Barrel Brew House. We're gonna hammer out a bunch of these beers we're talking about right now. So and expand to not just Southern California. So hopefully everyone listening can try our beers at some point in time.
How tough is the distribution side of this business?
Oh God! I mean, it seems tough. I mean, our job is mine and Matt's is to go out there and make beer. So. Fortunately, we have a great support staff here, who is in charge of distribution. It's a balance because we all know you make more money out of the tasting room, so you want to provide, you want to maximize that, and you want to to get a good overall net cost, you want to make as much beer as possible. So,
were you an economics professor?
Am I boring like that?
No,
not to. I don't know any economics professors, but they're probably boring. Go ahead.
Oh, man, we talk about distribution all the time.
Well, yeah.
We were talking about, Rob.
Yeah.
Well,
What I'm talking about, El Segundo Brewing Company is owned by Rob Croxall. We do a beer as a collaboration, so I ain't talking about we. It's Rob. But y'all were looking at expanding into Texas. Austin beer has a hell of a craft beer market,
Sure.
as does Dallas,
Sure.
as does a lot of Texas. But going into Texas ain't really economically feasible.
No, it's insane.
So just talking about expansion.
For expansion, it's really state by state. So we've had like Portland has been great, Washington's been great. Virginia wasn't tough. Pennsylvania has been okay, but Texas, that's like your home market. The cost for an out-of-state brewery to go in there and set up shop and distribute there is an insane amount annually. That we would have to, it would be incredible the volume of beer we'd have to move just to break even on that. Wow. So it's really prohibitive to stay out of that market, even though that's kind of like the no-brainer with your brand.
Well, I mean, that's where I'm from, but I also I have a huge fan base in UK. England has just listened to podcasts like crazy. Been following my wrestling career forever. It ended forever ago, but they always ask, "Hey, will we ever see Broken Skull IPA or El Segundo Brewing Company beer over there?" No, you won't.
Well, I don't know. Tell you what.
Okay, well, here we go.
If you British distributors are listening, and you can actually get over there in a reasonable amount of time that doesn't sit on a boat for 8 weeks, and you can control temperature, give me a call. I'm easy to find.
But that's the thing. It's all about controlling temperature and
exactly
shelf
right.
life.
That's like, that's true. And we have beer that goes to Japan, but you guys know Koji, I'm sure. He probably supports your beer over there, too.
We're actually getting into that.
Okay, so you'll get there. But there's a guy over in Japan who understands what we do. His customers like our style beer, and he gets that beer over there like within a couple weeks. And, you can have beer in Japan that we just packaged 3 weeks ago. And that's the kind of partner that we look for.
That's what you want. Yeah, exactly.
But here's the thing, Rob. When you talk about El Segundo beers across the board, once you make them and they hit the bottle or the keg, they always stay refrigerated.
Well,
correct?
When they are in our control, once we crash,
that's the intended plan.
That is the intended plan, and generally speaking, when we distribute, that is kind of the rule. They don't go warm again. I'll admit there's a few accounts around town where you kind of have to be that will, store the beer warm, but they'll also guarantee you get it on within a couple of days.
But the point I'm trying to make is quality control. The intended thing is for that to be refrigerated from the time you drop it or put it in a bottle or a keg, whatever, that it stays refrigerated because that ups the quality. I mean,
Absolutely.
it keeps the quality,
the shelf life, it maintains the integrity of the beer. And if they're not going to do it, we're not going to do it.
It's a living product for both of us, right? Yeah.
And speaking of that, Noble Ale Works, we just looked over into your other part of the building where you're going to expand upon, and there was, Jesus Christ, there was, 3 pallets of beer.
There was Jesus
stacked
Christ.
6 feet tall.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about
we saw Jesus. He was having a Broken Skull
he
IPA over here at Noble Ale Works.
I'm
kidding, folks. I'm kidding. No, but y'all pulled that beer because
there was a little bit of
quality control.
Yeah, quality control. So we're Rob and I are. I think we're on the same page.
Certainly.
When it comes to that. Yeah, quality control is big. We don't want to put anything out that we don't think meets our standards.
Yeah, and it's not really about being good enough. If the beer's not right, it doesn't go out. And that's what we just saw with these guys today, and we do the same thing.
All right, before we continue on here, let me tell you what my buddy Diamond Dallas Page is offering you, because this is a deal you don't want to pass up. Dallas is giving you the best deal ever on his DDPY program. He wants y'all to live the healthiest life you can, and that's why he's giving you 25% off the DDPY DVDs, the DDP Yoga Now app, and all the DDPY swag he's got. I'm talking 25% off hats, T-shirts, heart monitors, and so much more. And because he's so committed to helping y'all get on the path to healthier living, if you buy a Max Pack for 25%, you get a second one for 50% off. And that's an additional 50% off the 25% you're already getting. I ain't got to tell you what a huge savings that is. Just go to ddpyoga.com/Austin to take advantage of this sale. And, of course, if you buy the DVDs, you'll also get 3 months free of the DDP Yoga Now app. You got to see this thing to see what it can help you do. And the app has a whole new set of DDP yoga workouts. You can track your progress and your measurements, and you can do live workouts from the DDP Yoga Performance Center. That's badass. So take control of your own health and fitness in the new year. Get on a DDPY program today and take advantage of this huge sale. 25% off the DDPY program and all DDPY-related merch at ddpyoga.com/Austin. That is ddpyoga.com/Austin. Hey, what are you waiting for? Get your health and your fitness on track with DDPY. Go to ddpyoga.com/Austin.
Steve Austin. Unleashed.
Man, here's just a random arbitrary. I don't know why that came up.
Arbitrary.
Talking to Brad.
That's a 4-syllable word. A 4-syllable word. E equals MC squared. I'm like a rocket
Your
scientist.
brain's looped up. It's working.
Dig this. Me and my wife, we was driving back from the ranch, the Broken Skull Ranch down here in South Texas to Los Angeles, and went through El Paso, and started looking at places to buy craft beer. And I won't mention the craft beer that I ended up buying, but anyway, there's this little saloon liquor store on the left-hand side of the road right off I-10. So we pulled in there, and of course, I can't go out because in Texas, I'll get recognized.
You can't.
In L.A., nobody gives a
Is
shit.
that true, really?
That's true.
I would just ask my wife about that. We're having a back and forth, not to change the subject or
Go ahead.
anything, but I was curious. Like, can you go out in public?
Yes.
Okay,
In
good.
L.A., I mean,
Nice.
the places that I frequent because they see me all the time, I
Okay.
don't care.
Yeah.
But like in El Paso,
Yeah.
because they never see me in El Paso.
Yeah.
So anyway, I pull into the damn to the liquor store, and it's kind of a seedy looking joint. It's a straight up story. I pull off, and me and the dogs are in the RV. And my wife goes in, and all of a sudden, this black F-150 shows up, and 4 guys walk in, and kind of shady looking. I'm thinking, God dang, there's fixing to be a damn robbery in there. I'm ready. I got a 9, I got a 45, got all my deer rifles.
you're ready. Whoa,
if I got to go make a rescue, I will. So I'm thinking, well, I'll just wait for the call. Anyway, my wife comes walking out. She has a 6-pack of a craft beer that I won't name. But my point is, we got to our destination. I think we made it to somewhere. Lordsburg, New Mexico is one of our regular stopping points, or Deming. We pulled over. The craft beer, the IPA, had been put in the freezer, so it was at the drinkable temperature that I like. And, man, I drank that. After the first sip, I said, man, something ain't right about this beer. But I, me being the tough guy that I'm known to be, hit with so many steel chairs, I just don't care. Boy, about 3/4 through that damn beer, I just got hit with a gut bomb.
Yeah.
It made me sick.
Did it really?
Yeah, it did. And I got a cast iron stomach.
Yeah.
But the quality control just wasn't there. And this is one of the biggest craft beer brands in the United States of America, and this is probably one off. That 6-pack of beer was probably 2 years old. Because,
Always check dates. Always check dates.
Can I tell a story?
Please, I told you, my listeners love stories.
All right, so I was in Palm Springs, and a buddy of mine going to this bar. I'm not going to name the bar, but he said, "Oh, this bar is gross. We're going to like it." And go in there, order a Coors Light. I'll mention the beer because I don't care. Coors Light.
No love lost.
Yeah. So, thank you, lady, and gives me the Coors Light. Take a swig, sour Coors Light, and I realized the top of the neck has a crack, so it's allowed in some bacteria, and so I'm like, oh, this is horrible. I can't.
It was a bottle?
It was a bottle.
Man, you're going to classy joints.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Springs,
Palm Springs, and so I go up to the bartender. I say, hey, this is sour. This is horrible. Can I get another one? Oh, really? That's weird. And so she grabs one from behind the bar, pops the top, takes a swig of it. This one's good. Gives it to me. And so that was, and then I drank it, even though I'm a germaphobe to some degree, but I didn't want to insult the lady who bought it.
But here's the thing, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and this happened a couple times over at Rob's place, man.
Yeah.
Someone will bring me a beer. Hey, man, Steve, I brought you a beer.
Yeah.
And it comes from all the way across the board. And I appreciate it very much.
absolutely,
Anybody that's ever bought me a beer, I appreciate it. But, man, if it ain't got the top on, or if I didn't see it come from the tap and arrive all the way to me without anything going in it or anybody sipping from it, I won't drink it.
He's holding
I just won't.
Guy's holding it like this.
I'm sure people are trying to constantly roofie him. Like,
do people roofie you all the time?
Yeah.
Are you roofing regularly?
No, dude.
Are you
I mean,
a regular
no. Here's the thing, man. When you come out of the pro wrestling business, dude, anything can happen. Ribs are being
fans
pulled.
Of pro wrestling and craft beer, I think there is like maybe a Venn diagram you can throw together, but there's similarities. I think there's guys that they kind of look like me, out of shape, facial hair that is out of control, kind of, and. I could see. We get similar.
Crossover.
Crossover for sure. Yeah.
No, man, but there was just there's a couple of guys in the business that I come from, like ribs.
Yeah.
Ribs or jokes or
like
pranks.
Playing pranks.
Yeah. I mean, that's just every day happens every day, and so the guys ain't gonna. Gimmick or roof you another guy.
Right.
One of the boys. Well, it has happened. It has happened, man, a couple of times, man. When we go overseas, where we go to Germany or England or in the place they go now, they always got two buses. There's a good guy bus and there's a bad guy bus.
Yeah, it was back in the day.
Let's talk about back in the day.
Yeah.
Because I'm going back to the mid '90s and 2000s, so I don't know what's going on today.
Yeah.
But still, we had two different buses. We don't want to insult the business. Good guys, bad guys. Well, bad guys are always raised and held and having the most fun.
That's the fun bus. That's the
bus that I was on. I mean, you talk about beer drinking. Well, I mean, most of my when I came in WWE.
Oh yeah.
I came in as a heel, but then as my Stone Cold days,
DiBiase's
ringmaster.
Ringmaster, yeah.
But then even then when I was a babyface, I mean that was still wherever it was the party bus.
Yeah, you were just on the party bus.
But I mean, the things that went on, you just got to watch out for other cats. So if someone there was this one guy, he was running his mouth too much, and he got hit with a couple of bombs. Something would put him to sleep. When he woke up, when we got to the hotel, he'd had no eyebrows. He was almost stripped naked, and he had stuff written all over him. So, I mean, he got sharpied up.
Yeah.
So you're always saying that's not going to happen to me at El Segundo Brewing Company or any other place that I'm with.
Talk to my staff.
No, I'm just saying. Well, here's the thing. Because of a story that I heard from the one and only Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig. He was sitting first class in an airplane one time. And what I learned from Kurt Hennig was, and to this day, this was years ago, they told me the story. I won't go into the story. But when I go to the bathroom, if I'm riding first class or if I'm sitting coach, I don't care where I'm at. I carry my drink to the bathroom with me so that I don't leave it there for someone else to mess with.
Yeah.
So we're sitting there talking about Noble Ale Works, but it segued into pro wrestling.
Mr. Perfect have that situation?
He was the ultimate ribber.
Oh, he's ultimate ribber.
Yeah. The guy had been ribbing him, well, this was a civilian.
Yeah.
And he pulled a rib on this. We didn't roofie him, but I mean, he pulled a rib involving said drink. My point is, I just never drink anything that ain't got a top on it.
Yeah. I mean,
I got a question. Can I ask a wrestling question?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so when I first started watching wrestling, it was way back in the day, way before your time. Superfly was my favorite guy. Yeah. What's your thoughts on
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Oh man, he was a guy that he drew a lot of money, had a crazy physique. Got famous from the Madison Square Garden when he jumped off the top of the cage.
Piper smashing a coconut over his head.
Yeah, and Mick Foley had drove all the way. What? Not all the way.
No, that was Jersey, right?
It was the Garden.
To MSG. Yeah.
But Mick lives in Long Island, whatever it is.
Yeah.
He drove in from Long Island or hitchhiked, whatever the story was. And that's when Superfly jumped off the cage, and no one had ever done that before.
Yeah.
And here was a guy, like people say, I just read his kind of his obituary or kind of his whatever they wrote about him. With all due respect, I'm not saying the right words, but kind of summarized his career where he kind of paved the way for some of the high flyers. I don't really think he paved the way for the high flyers. I mean, Superfly was about 250, super jacked, all muscle, 4% body fat, and he jumped off the cage onto whoever he splashed. I can't remember, but no, Superfly was just a solid ground worker, good physique. I mean, just charisma. Yeah, he was.
He decided
Hall of Famer.
do that as a giant.
When I think of the guys that are high flyers, I think of
the
guys like
205 Live guys, the little
well,
guys.
but I think like Dynamite Kid would have been one of the guys that was leading the charge back in the day. Physique jacked up, he did something. He put salt and pepper on all his work. He laid his shit in, and so he was a guy that Superfly didn't really usher in the high flying area. He jumped off the cage. No, but he was a legend.
Yeah. And back then that was still hadn't.
Dude, you jump off a cage. I don't care what era it is. When you jump off a cage and you land on that mat.
What's that? How high is that? Is that what do you think? 15, 20?
It got to be 12, 15.
Okay.
But the thing is, just when you get up there,
Jared's sold pretty good. 20 feet. This man's got a family. Yeah.
You're right. You got to put something personal in there. You got to give her to care about this guy.
Man, yeah. He's doing what?
Jumping off the cage is one thing.
Yeah.
Being there, sitting there, laying there, landing, being the guy taking it.
Yeah.
That's a whole different ball game. It's one time it was at the Highway to Hell pay-per-view in Madison Square Garden, and me and Taker had kind of talked. Undertaker.
Yeah.
He kind of talked about this little thing where maybe I'll get on the announce table and lay there, and you'll get on top of the cage and drop a leg. Oh no, top turnbuckle, because we were in the cage, top turnbuckle, and drop a leg on me.
From the top turnbuckle to announce table.
To the announce table.
Yeah, so that's a bit.
That's a bit. Yeah. It's a big bit, especially when it's just a leg drop and the way you're landing. They're different from a belly splash. And so, man, I said, okay, yeah, we'll do it. And so, man,
that's very nice of you.
But here's the thing: during the match, the only time I'd ever been knocked out in my life, I had bent down to give him a backdrop, and he kicked me. Well, he was going to kick me, but no, he bent down for a backdrop, and I kicked him in the chest. And when it straightened him up,
got you in the chin.
He got me under the chin. You can watch it back. And so I got knocked out. He flashed me. I was there for a second, and Earl Hebner, one of my favorite referees of all time, he goes down. He looks down at me. There's 20,000 people in the garden. We're on a pay-per-view. It's SummerSlam. It's Highway to Hell. He goes, "Goddamn, boy, you all right?" I said, "Where am I?" He said, "Goddamn, boy, you in the garden." True story. I said, "Yeah, I'm all right." I don't remember the rest of the match, but I do remember laying there. I remember laying there on that damn announce table because we went ahead with that. That's the only thing I remembered. And I was like, man, shit, it's going to be good. And all of a sudden, when you see a guy that's 6'10", 300, and he's on the top turnbuckle, but he's going to come down, I was like, he's coming. So, man, I just kind of you just give yourself up because you trust him. And if you're going to trust a guy to do that to you, you can pick no better guy to do it to you than the Undertaker because he's going to take care of your ass. And here's the thing: it's a calculated risk at both ends. There ain't no guarantees on the backside.
He can slip.
You got the best intentions. You're giving the guy your body. He's taking your body, going to take care of it for you. But it is what it is. You both said, okay, whatever happens, happens. Because anything can happen in a business, right?
But it's worth it, right? That pop. It
was fun. When I look back, the match wasn't shit because I got knocked out in the middle of it. So I don't remember nothing. But it was average.
Were you concussed? Would you say after? It's just more of a.
It's funny when I hear people talk about concussions. Well, it ain't funny. Like ha, but man, I probably only had when I got dropped on my head in Meadowlands with the pile driver. I was concussed that night, and backstage was an emotional moment. And when you're paralyzed, a quadriplegic for 60-second transit quadriplegia, it scares the shit out of you. I thought I was the next Christopher Reeves. So I was concussed that night. But when I hear about all these guys getting concussed from the business of pro wrestling, I just think they did something wrong. Because I might add maybe two.
Because if it's executed right,
then man. Because but I didn't. But I wasn't wrestling the cruiserweight style. I wasn't doing what Dynamite was doing, stuff like that.
Yeah, you were.
But still, it's a rough business.
And you were doing kind of brawler.
Well, I was more scientific when I got dropped on my head. That's when I changed into the brawler style.
The chair shots, I guess.
Chair shot's a chair shot, man. Talk to me about it.
Is it a real chair? I mean, it's
damn right it is all day long.
I think
I joke about it.
My wife buys the cheapest chairs you can imagine, steel chairs, but they bend under my weight.
Legs split.
They split, but I think these are probably the type of chairs. I backyard wrestled for about 3 seconds back when I was like 18 for fun, but. I could see that using one of these, these implements of, destruction kind of,
that is supposed to be used for recreation or sitting.
Right. But so, I mean, I can't imagine, because I think it's probably a similar chair to what you guys have. The cheapest chair is known to man. And it bending over or the chair actually, buckling over your
When
head.
you wrap a steel chair around some bitch's head,
Yeah.
I don't care how it was made or crafted, and those ain't aluminum.
And you were taking them. I remember because
No, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
You guys always talk about technique when taking a chair.
Yeah.
And some of your guys who consider themselves tough guys
but they wouldn't hold
would
their hand
say, I'm not going to put my hands up. Those are, to me, that was idiotic. I'm not going to call them idiots. That was their preferred way to take it. Me, it's a hands up thing because it's reactionary. You see the chair coming.
But you sold it pretty good though, because I remember as I watching you take chair shots, it seemed.
But let me say, when you put your hands up, you're just giving more surface area for that chair to land.
Okay.
You're still taking a shot.
Because
you can look at that scar right there on the back of my head.
Yeah.
That was from Vince. That was without.
That
my
was
hands
from
up.
Vince?
That was in St. Louis at the Kill Center. I can't understand. I gave him the perfect shot. If you're gonna hit if you're gonna hit a guy in the back with a chair and he's in the prone position on his hands and knees, perpendicular, just like I'm facing his table. Wham!
Right.
Just, let's see that
Straight up. Yep.
But he decided, because my head's over here, just to go this way, and the lip of that damn chair caught me right back here. I'm like, God, dang
Full
it.
hard way, like you were.
That smarts a little bit.
Yeah.
And I can see that blood, because I was laying there on the mats, seeing that blood run out of my head. Like, God dang, that hurts. And I remember the doctor giving him staples in the back afterwards. But I hit him with the same amount. My point is, when you take a chair, if you don't put hands up, like, I was just watching the other day on YouTube. I was watching stuff on YouTube. When Rock handcuffed Mick, he hit him with those 11 chair shots. Of course, he couldn't put his hands up because he was handcuffed.
It wasn't supposed to be that
dude,
many chair
and
shots,
watching
right?
his wife and his kids react in the front row was just ridiculous. But that's dangerous. That is dangerous, and that shit hurts.
Yeah, I can't.
And when you put your hands up or whatever, but you gotta give a little surface area.
Yeah.
But those are real chairs, and that
kind of
really
what
hurts.
Mick does, though. I mean, that's his.
Yeah, but he paid for it on
He
the
wasn't
backside.
a big guy. He wasn't a handsome guy. He's handsome to me, I think. But
he's skinny now.
I know. Yeah, DDP Yoga, right?
No, but Mick's my old travel partner. Mick's one of my best friends in the business. Yeah. And I talked to him just the other day on the phone. He's doing great now. I mean, he's lost about 100 pounds.
Yeah, he looks amazing.
Yeah.
I watch him on TV. He's out. I had him sign my shoulder. I met him probably over 10 years ago at this point. I had him sign my shoulder, and I said, I mean, this tattooed in me. And he asked me not to. He said, don't do that. What are you stupid?
That's the kind of guy Mick is.
And I didn't do it. But so I just had this like Sharpie marker autograph on my shoulder for a couple of days. But I wanted to because I respected the guy so much what he did to his body for the entertainment of the entertainment of the crowd.
But he gave you good piece of advice. And I've signed a couple of people and they had them tatted, and that's cool, hey man, because whatever you want to do is up to you. But man, that's a lasting signature, man.
Yeah.
So I remember we used to go down come out of the buildings, and I'd see, back in the day, there'd be a lot of women who'd wear the shorter shirts to the wrestle matches. But they'd have the what do they call a tramp stamp?
Let's not call it a tramp. This is the family-friendly show.
I don't mean that. No, I don't. No, I just don't mean it in a bad way. But that's what the tattoo's called.
Yeah.
I've seen so many Stone Cold skulls there. It's
No
just
kidding.
wow,
that's a great.
So anytime, and I had people come up to me in some of the autograph lines and say, "I'm gonna go straight down to the tattoo shop and get this tattooed." I say, "Cool." But Mick Foley, I think he did his due diligence. And, hey, man, you might get something cooler than my name on your shoulder.
To me, that was the coolest thing. I was a big Mick Foley fan. I was a big Stone Cold fan, but Mick Foley just, guy's a maniac.
Okay, I need to take a minute to give a word of thanks to all the great sponsors who make it possible for me to do this podcast for you twice a week for free, and that includes CISO. All you comedy fans out there, and I'm guessing that's pretty much everyone listening to this podcast right now, are going to love CISO. CISO, you spell it like this, SEESO. It's the new ad-free streaming service bringing you all the comedy you can handle for $3.99. You get a near endless supply of top-shelf stuff, exclusive originals, face-melting stand-up, next-day late-night shows, and a catalog of classics. And with CISO, you can get your laugh on anytime, anywhere. They got every episode of Saturday Night Live, including brand new episodes the day after they air. CISO has The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. the entire Monty Python catalog, and classic TV shows like 30 Rock and Parks and Recreation. And, like I said, they got originals too, like Hidden America with Jonah Ray. This is CISO's fake travel show where the places are real but the people are not. And right now you can try CISO free for 2 months when you use promo code podcast1 at checkout. Just go to SEESO.com and sign up for 2 months free with promo code podcast1 at checkout. That's CISO.com, promo code podcast1. When you're looking to buy a car, you want to make sure you're getting the real price on actual inventory, and that's not always the case. People configure cars online only to later find out they're not available. With TrueCar, you get real pricing on actual inventory, and this ain't pricing offered by TrueCar. It's pricing offered from an actual dealer, and it's not just any dealer either. It's offered by a TrueCar certified dealer. With TrueCar, you can easily find the car you want and see what other people in your neighborhood paid for the same car you're looking for so that you know what a fair price is and can feel confident about your car buying decision. Over 3 million cars have been sold by the TrueCar Certified Dealer Network, and TrueCar users have saved on average over $3,000 off MSRP. Once you register, you'll see a real price on an actual car on the dealer's lot, and you'll also see all of the dealers' available incentives before you get to the dealership. And TrueCar can also help you buy a used vehicle. So whether you're looking for a new car or a used car, you'll enjoy a faster, more confident buying experience with TrueCar. So go to TrueCar.com or download the TrueCar app today. Some features not available in all states. All right, we're rolling sound again here. Shit, I thought stuff went cattywampus on me. A lot of times Brad's sitting looking at my Zoom H4 and recording what the fuck's going on.
What the fuck is that? I don't know what
It's like a Martian just came out of a spaceship. This is a recorder. It records everything that we're saying. What I was saying is... Yes.
Oh, shit. I thought we were just hanging out.
You just dropped all your trade secrets.
Yeah,
People are going to knock all your beers off.
We're done. We're toast.
What's happened was I took a pause for the cause, hit the pause button. Everybody came back from relieving themselves, and I said, you know what? Hell, we did a family-friendly version of the show. I drop 2 shows a week, so we'll just roll the second half onto the Unleash because these guys can let their hair down and really come out their shell.
Brad's got a lot of hair.
I'm drunk enough.
But I told him,
hair down. Yeah.
But I told him, I said, when we come over here, I said, hey, man, I said, I thought we'd go family-friendly to protect your brand. He goes, Steve, our brand is kind of down in the gutter.
That's what we do. That's
Okay.
what we do. We got a beer called Man's Milk.
I know. I talked to you about it.
Neither of which are sexual, by the way.
Of course. But what happened was we come back from the bathroom break. I'm sitting there on a picnic table with my back to the wall, and Rob came and plopped his ass down and almost, goddamn, I thought you were going to flip a table over.
It's been known to happen.
He said he'd pretend to be Jimmy Superfly. Oh, watch this.
Do it one more time. We got it.
Said he was trying to be Jimmy Superfly. That's a rib.
That's a rib.
Y'all ain't never heard a male tell us I'm fucking with you. Said it was Superfly Jimmy Snooker. They thought the stunner was.
Hey, we're doing this.
Brad, you had to see the look on his face. He goes, please say it right this time. The trade secret. What kind of beer you got in front of me? What's this one?
That's a naughty sauce. That's that fake stout. You got a bunch. You got a Steve Austin Broken Skull.
Is there Mr. Cold's
What's
Broken
this one,
Soul?
Vito?
That's a cut off Gene Cargo Schwartz.
Explain the Schwartz beer.
Explain it?
Yeah.
Well, to me, a Schwartz beer, it's a lager, first off, but it's a dark lager. It's like a Guinness. Guinness is dark lager. To me, a Schwartz beer, though, should be drinkables, a little roastiness, but nothing that's dry. Like a crushable, and it's a industry term, Steve, crushable lager, dark lager. So that to me is a Schwartz beer. But so that's why we named it Cut Off Gene Cargo Schwartz, because those were our favorite Schwartz. I think you wore some in the ring, by the way, some Cut Off Gene Cargo Schwartz.
People refer to them as jorts.
Jorts, yeah.
I always resented that.
Do you really?
It's like when people talk about the Attitude Era. It's almost like, to me, like I'm a big, because, okay, to put it in the same context, I'm a big hair metal guy. Okay. Or like my wife, I mean, she's total Metallica, Tool, like just heavy metal, real. The hair bands, I'd say it's almost insulting to them. Some of the greatest bands of all time come from that damn genre.
They don't want to call them hair bands.
But pro wrestlers, almost every musician has always had hair.
Yeah.
They use a lot of hairspray back in,
Right.
but they call it the hair bands.
You're right. Most
and the
musicians
attitude
have
era. I mean, it's almost insulting. Every pro wrestler who ever joined the money has attitude.
No, right.
Depending on what your attitude is.
Yeah. No, you're
Whether
right.
it's laid back or up front.
Would you consider, because the Attitude Era was that wasn't as the writing staff wasn't. What was the writing like for toward the end of the?
Well, it was more bare bones because they weren't telling him what to say.
Right.
There was only two or three of them versus 20.
Right. So they come out, they give you an outline, and then you go out there because you obviously extemporaneously you're able to go out there and just like riff like a motherfucker, right?
God damn, you just dropped a 7-syllable word on my ass.
Yeah,
You've been holding back, motherfucker.
I'm 7 beers in. I could every 1 beer per syllable.
Way smarter.
How many people do you know that you talk to just pick up on a 7-syllable word?
That's very good, man.
I'm impressed.
You're
Like this
doing the
motherfucker, like you, me, and Einstein on the same page. When that motherfucker says E equals MC squared, I get it. Swig a beer. Now here's the thing. So like. Me and Vince used to go out there. We know where we was going.
Yeah.
A couple of bullet points, and then bam, he was just feeding off the crowd. And
Mitch
shit.
was, he was great at that as well, right?
Oh, he's the best.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a showman. If you just go back and watch, when he started doing ringside interviews when his dad owned the business, when he was working for his dad. And, before he even let anybody know that he owned the business.
No, he was Vince McMahon, the announcer. Right?
To me, he's just a natural-born showman.
Yeah.
And he was... Jesus Christ, a master promoter who, when he bought that business from his father, was based in D.C., then he moved it to New York or Stamford, Connecticut. He had a global vision. Right. And back in the old days, you didn't sell your beer down in El Segundo because that was Rob's territory. He didn't sell his shit over in Anaheim. That was your territory. Yeah. But he said, hey, man.
We can do this. Well, with cable, right? Yeah. That was a big thing.
So, oh man, my phone just went off. Rob's, yours went off. Yeah, everybody knows the gimmick. Oh, everybody beer.
Mine's off.
My wife just calls me around a beer. But when you drink with people that brew beer, it ain't hard to come by. That's a good thing. Exactly. But the thing about it was, it was fly by the seat of your pants, and really.
Well, that's what
knowing the direction, but because I don't know what he's going to say.
Right.
And then I remember when I came back from my neck fusion, C3-4. Back in 2000, and when I came back, the business had changed because I was gone, 12 months, because all that shit has to heal up in your neck. That's when they kind of started going to a little bit more scripted style promos. Right. But I always thought that, that's when the business changed for me, from a satisfaction standpoint.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Were they telling you what to say though at one point, or
no? Well, the ultimate decision is theirs and yours. Now, because you're working for them.
Right.
Now, the higher you up on the card or on the ladder,
the more you have freedom
obviously
to do that.
The closer your relationship is to Vince, and the more power you have in your storylines.
What?
I want to know what Steve Austin thinks about Kate.
Mr. Steve Austin, what do you think about Keo?
Oh, man. Shit, I love the kid.
Yeah.
I was going through an airport. Shit, I think it was probably LAX. If I ain't mistaken, it could have been any airport. It could have been any airport in the United States, but I thought it was LAX. And he introduced himself to me. He'd been in the business for 6-8 years, whatever it was. Right. Him and another guy, I can't remember who it was.
Sami Zayn. It was Sami Zayn.
Was Sammy?
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, hey, man, kid, learn to run your mouth. You got to learn to cut a promo. And he took it to heart. And so he was a big Stone Cold fan, way back in the day.
Yeah.
And, I always treat everybody the same, treat them with respect. And a kid came up to me that didn't know him from Adam. And all these years later, to see where he's come, he's a veteran in the business.
So how long was it, 10 years ago? Or?
Oh, man, shit, it was longer than that because I've been out of business since 03.
Right,
He's been in the business for at least 15 years. Yeah. So, no, I think the world of him. I think he's awesome. He's great on the stick. He's great in the ring, has a great moveset, good psychology, badass cat, and a good kid. That's my opinion of KO.
I like him because we have the same physique.
Yeah, but when you put in that fitness center over there.
Next time I'm going to kick his ass. No, that's like promos on the microphone.
Yeah.
That's like that. I don't. It's not a lost start, but man, being able to pull that out.
Well, you got to have the freedom to go out on a limb.
You got to, yeah.
Back in the day, fuck,
you can do that. Well, that was what the deal is. Well, here's where we're going. Here's the booking, right? And then you do it. That's
back in the day. I just got finished doing a couple of podcasts with Eric Embry. Eric Emery was booking the territory when I broke in Dallas in 1918. In 1889. Rob, could you get my walker? In 1889, when I broke into the business, Eric Emery was booking the territory. And I just got finished talking to him about his promos. And he was just, he has a gift for gab to begin with, but it's just like, it was a free-for-all. Yeah. Whatever, happened spur of the moment. Like, dude, if you sit there and did something to me, right now, and everybody pulled you off of me, and you were able to beat the fuck out of me, and maybe, shit, hey, man, I'm going to have something to say.
Yeah, right. And then, you always say it was real for you.
It was.
Yeah, and that... That seems to be what's kind of missing to a degree for me. I love WWE. I subscribe to the network. The UK Championship. Did you watch that by chance?
I missed it.
Okay, they were telling some stories, and I like that English style wrestling. Though, I'm a fan of that.
It's more technically proficient.
Yeah. They take their time.
Yeah.
You always talk about that. They take their time to tell the story in the middle of the ring.
Well, a problem with or the state of the union as far as like today's business and the United States is, man, everybody's just working at 6,000 RPM.
Yep.
When you start up your car. Rob, you've been a car guy. We're talking about your dad's 63 split window Corvette, some of the Corvair.
Oh, yeah.
The best looking Corvair you'll ever see in El Segundo, California.
Best looking Corvair.
You don't just get in that car and just start it and hit the gas pedal and go 6,000. Let it warm up.
Yep.
Hit the gas pedal a couple times, and then you're driving, you hit the brakes, speed up. So everybody right now wants to work at 6,000 RPMs. So how hard is it to grab someone's heartstrings at 6,000?
You're not. Yep.
You got to get bogged down when that hill gets some heat on you, and you go to the sill.
Right.
Anyway,
No,
it's just change. It's just change.
You get a lot of those. This is awesome chants, which is great. But
what is awesome? And back in the days, here's the thing: guys are listening for the crowd to come in. We used to work the crowd.
Yeah.
You work the crowd, you do something to elicit a response.
Yep.
Based on that response, you respond accordingly. It's just like a magician working his tricks. It's like a comedian. Hey, man, this stuff ain't working. I'm going to have to go to my blue stuff, my hardcore stuff, because they ain't buying this shit.
They're not buying it, yeah.
Okay, well, they ain't buying this, so we'll speed up the match a little bit. Hey, fuck the shine. Let's go to the heat. Let's get these submissions involved. So, it turns out we used to work the people. Nowadays, it's almost people are working the boys.
Yep.
Or the people are working, or the guys in the ring are working to get the people just involved on a surface level to think that they have them.
No buying in.
Right.
And I just out of curiosity, when you would call in the ring, because I don't know if that happens anymore much at all, but would you just talk to each other like in the corner, in the middle of lockup? Would you just
anytime?
Was it? Would you try to protect the business with like Carney, or was it?
No. It's just protecting your call. I mean, because you got to understand. Like when I broke into business, I was 24. I had a long head of hair. Almost as long as your wife's. I mean, down the middle of my back, so I could protect my calls a little bit. I mean, I could be kind of away from
in there,
guy, but still protect my call. But as a bald guy with no protection from hair, you got to protect your call. So when you're in a headlock, I mean, you almost. Jerry Lawler was one of the best. What's it called when you throw your voice?
Ventriloquist.
Hey,
what?
10 points.
Ventriloquist.
Ventriloquist. It started with a V, not a T. Jerry Lawler was one of the best.
Ventriloquist.
Ventriloquist.
In the business. I remember I wrestled Jerry Lawler 3 times when I first broke into business. I'd only been in business like for 3 months. They sent me to Tennessee. All of a sudden, I'm pacing around the ring with one of the greatest workers and talkers that ever lived. And he's sitting there calling stuff while we're walking around. I can't hear. I got a hearing loss. And he's basically telling me, okay, we ain't even locked up yet. And he's telling me, okay, he's giving me the most simple high spot in the world. Tackle. I'll give it to you so you can see me. All right, we're going to lock up. Tackle, drop down, hip toss. My lips, dude, we're 3 feet away. You barely saw my lips move.
I heard tackle, arm drag takedown.
No. Tackle, drop down, head toss. Okay. He's saying that to me, and we're 5 feet away from each other in front of, and he gives it to me, and I go, what? He says it again. He says it again. And I said, what? And he says it again. I still didn't know what the fuck he said. We locked up, and he goes, tackle, drop down, hip toss. Hip toss. Yeah, it is a fucking shits. Yeah. I love Jerry Lawler. But you protect your cause.
Yeah.
You're working as a bald guy with a goatee. You got to have your head in, whatever, against the shoulder to protect your cause, to protect the business. Yeah. Everybody knows it's to work. You just don't want to see what's going on. It's like Copperfield right in the middle of a magic trick. Okay, and here's where I do this little deal. He gives it all away. Because you want to buy in. You want to think, hey, fucking Copperfield really is magic.
Yeah, you'll buy it.
Or this shit really is real.
You want to buy it.
That's what I'm
saying. Me and my wife go back and forth about this all the time. My goal for watching fucking wrestling is to suspend disbelief, to believe it, and I know it's a work. We know it's a work. We know it's kayfabe fucking dead. We talked about this before a million times, but I still want to believe that Stone Cold fucking Steve Austin is just him out there doing his thing. He's turned up like 11. I want KO turned up to 11. That's what I want to believe, but going back to I know you mentioned before with the way social media is. If you're you describe. Are we going too long?
No, we're going. Dude, I'm looking at my Zoom H4 and record off, and bragging like, hey, we okay? Yeah, I'm making sure we're capturing all this shit.
Okay. But with the way people describe themselves on social media, it's like sell your character. I think KO does a really good job on social, like when it comes to character, selling his character. He picks fights with just marks in the crowd, like just. Yeah, children. I love that. You're a bad guy. You should be a bad guy. Go out there on Twitter and just tear a child apart.
But here's the thing. I think in 2000, for the last few years, from 2000,
2003, let's say after you left.
I'm going a few years after I left. Or with the advent. I remember I started my social media account on Twitter 7-8 years ago. And I remember hearing about Twitter when it first came out, and I was like, man, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
A social media account. And when you send out a message, it's called a tweet. And their little picture is the fucking bird. And I used to be Stone Cold Steve Austin, not too much over this shit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
But then I said, you know what? At some point, you got to jump in and promote yourself and establish a relationship with your fan base that supported you.
Yeah.
So I formed my Twitter account. But to the degree of trying to be a character on social media,
right?
I don't know. There's a little bit, to me, I think there's a little bit of separation there.
Really? I see.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah. Well, some people can't separate themselves from it. Me, because I've been gone since 2003.
Whoa.
And 2017. Man, I live my life as Steve Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the guy that used to be Stone Cold, but I'm not going to give me a hell yeah on Twitter all the time.
I'm not saying you should do that.
Yeah, but even those guys, because social media is real life. What you do at work is a work.
Yeah, I know. I just but as a fan, as someone.
No, but I get you.
That's why the Attitude Era to me, because kayfabe was dead in the Attitude Era.
But I see that's where the identity crisis comes in.
Yeah.
Well, who is this guy?
Yeah.
Well, John Cena has been sending out tweets about Kenny Omega. Is Kenny Omega coming in? I don't fucking know. But John Cena, he can tweet about anything he wants. But as far as Kevin Owens trying to further a storyline, like, oh man, I can't wait. Can't wait to get my hands on so and so. Tune in to Raw. Don't think I'm buying that one. Yeah. Well, I'm buying what they're selling when they go on TV.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
I separate the two. Rob, would you hand me?
That's more Big Wig.
Big Wig.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. That's our regular IPA. It's clear.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful IPA.
So, all right. So, I was curious. Carney was when in the ring. So you never did that though. That was before.
No, man, Carney was a thing. Come out of carnivals.
Yeah.
And like the carnies, barking to marks.
Yeah.
Marks would be people that you're trying
like
to.
Like me, right? I'm a mark, for example. That's why I wanted my wife here, by the way. I wanted Bridget here so I didn't mark out too hard. Right, because I thought I'd mark out pretty hard.
But for example, like you talk about the marks, and people are like, it's not a condescending term.
No.
It's a job-specific term when you're
someone's buying
from the industry.
Yeah.
A potential person that you're trying to bring in the carnival. And so wrestling came out of the carnivals. You know, the guys used to go out there and beat the shit out of each other. They figured, hey, there's really an easier way to do this. Let's work with each other. We ain't got to beat the shit out of each other. We can take care of each other. We can keep doing this for a long time. And so, you know, out of that, you know, came the carny language.
Yeah.
Carny, I was going to explain it on, you know, the podcast. But, you know, if everybody's around here and me and you are speaking carny.
Yeah, lock up.
Yeah, and then Matt comes up. And then so we're speaking carny. He don't understand a word we're saying. Or, you know, if he comes up and we don't want him to know what we're talking about, or, hey, I'm trying to give you the Iggy, as you said earlier. I appreciate the fact that you said that in your vocabulary. You know, I say, hey, kayfabe. That means, hey, stop what the fuck you're talking about because Matt ain't included. Yeah. Matt, I'm using his example.
Yeah, you're not just a mark. He's a Matt. He's not a mark.
That's about normal, yeah. Outside looking in, always.
But it's a hard business these days with so many restrictions to be so PC. And I was talking with Eric Emery, you know, just an episode or two ago about getting color, you know, bleeding and stuff like that, which will never, you know. Well, they did it 6 months ago when Brock busted.
Yeah, but that was a hard way though.
It was an intended
hard way.
So
was that the Jericho thing? Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't know.
Oh, really? Like he went. I thought Jericho went back. He didn't know.
Oh, no. Yeah, I did hear about that. Yeah, he thought it was a shoot.
He thought it was a shoot.
He thought he was going to take care of Randy.
And then Vince did. Do you know that's? I mean, not to ask Stone Cold Steve Austin if that's a shoot that I heard. You know, this whole thing's a shoot.
No, I heard this. I heard the same story that you heard. I heard Jericho was calling bullshit on what happened.
Yeah.
And that Brock wasn't being professional, was taking advantage. But that was the intended.
It was the intended
delivery.
outcome. Yeah.
Yeah, and
I wanted. So did they end that because he was bleeding too much, or was that the intended outcome of the match?
I guess it was the intended outcome of the match.
That's
but I mean, it was a deliberate hard way.
It was a deliberate hard way. Yeah.
You know, and there are many people within the industry, or not many people, some said, "Hey, man, if you're going to do it, just use a blade, make it easy."
My God, I mean,
it's easier.
You know, you're sitting there, you pull the, you know, he's doing a straight up elbow to the top of the head. I mean, a blade would be so much safer to me. You know, during a pay per view when I think.
Yeah, but when you got to think about the corporate standpoint now,
I know,
all these big time sponsors, all of a sudden you got some guy dragging a razor blade across his forehead. It's like, not cool.
What if Mattel released a line of dolls where it came with a razor blade? You drag a razor blade across the doll, and it's a fun time for everybody. It doesn't work. No, I know. I know that. Do you think that, just out of curiosity, no, you don't have to answer, do you think that when WWE went public, was that a problem?
No, I don't think it was a problem. I think it was.
It went good for Vince.
No. Let me ask you a question. I think it was Vince's vision for the business, which clearly he saw in a broader spectrum than his father, who was an absolute genius and who was second generation and Vince's third generation. So I remember when we were going to go public, because I was thinking about riding off in the sunset. My knees are kind of starting to feel like shit, and I told Vince, I said, man, I'm thinking about quitting the business. And, this is a TV taping. And he goes, God damn. He goes, Steve, what are you talking about? Yeah, I said, my knees are kind of starting to hurt. I was thinking about getting out. He said, shit, Steve, if you quit, you're going to kind of kill my IPO.
Stick around for a minute.
Hey, dude, straight up shooting. He goes, where are you staying tonight? And I said, I'm staying at the X&X Hotel. And he goes, you got time tonight for me to come by and see you? I said, yeah. He came by and saw me. And he said, hey, man, what about, staying on? And I wasn't ready to get out of business, but it crossed my mind. And I was serious about maybe quitting. And so I stayed on. Going back to what you just originally asked, I asked him at that meeting after the matches at that hotel, I said, man, why do you want to go public? Right. He goes, Steve, to make the business more legitimate from a business standpoint. Yeah. But I was like, man, you already had more money than God.
Right.
And so, like, how much more can you have?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how much more can you spend? So, me, I'm just Vince is old school. So when I say I'm old school, I can't be more old school than him. He's my senior, and I love the guy and I respect him tremendously.
Right.
But it's like, how much money you need?
Right.
If you have to answer to nobody, you maintain whatever you want the business to be without answering no questions to nobody. You control your own destiny. He still does to some degree or to a lot of degree. Yeah. But when you answer no one, I mean, shit. It's like if you give me this compound right here, I brew whatever the fuck I want. You know, what are you going to do? I got
it's
it.
working out pretty good.
It's either going to work or it ain't going to work. And they got a badass product. And, you know, they're the gold standard and the big leagues, and it's major league, and that's where you want to go if you're in that industry. So I just always looked at it from that standpoint. But he had a bigger vision. He's a billionaire.
Well, you're right.
So a guy smarter than me.
He's a billionaire, right? Like I'm never going to know what $1 billion looks like.
Hey, well, I can tell you because Vince has told me.
Does he dive into like Scrooge McDuck? He's got.
Hey, I'm going to ride off into the sunset. I got to go back to Marina Del Rey. Noble Ale Works is in Anaheim, California. They make some badass craft beer. I'd like to say craft beer because some of the people that just drink beer think that's a bad thing. What's your whole take on the craft beer thing?
Oh, man.
People think they're beer snobs. Hey, like we talked about on the Tuesday episode, making beer is a working man's job.
Right.
It ain't all glitz and glamour. It ain't what you see on the commercials that a lot of people have out there. Shit. Half the time I talk to Rob, he's coming up with a formulation for the beer we collaborated on, Broken Skull IPA. Hell, they're out there cleaning the tanks half the time. So it's a working man's job.
Yep.
What's your thoughts on craft beer?
Excuse me. Well, I think I'd like to think of myself as a craft brewer. I am a crafty man. No, I think the term craft is to sell shit, right? That's the thing. It's you're telling people, look, this is it's made by hand, by little
handcrafted.
Yeah,
it's handcrafted.
Handcrafted.
Yeah.
So it's not to me. It's a sales tool.
Okay, same thing as independent.
Yeah.
Okay, you got your big studio movies.
Yeah.
You have your big companies like WWE.
Yeah.
And you have your independents.
Right.
People that want to be in the business of making the same product, but you're not doing it on as big a scope or as big a budget.
Right.
But it's the same shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, well,
but also you have the freedom to do, whatever you want to do.
I think that independent is different from craft.
How so?
Well, because you're not like in the beer business. Some breweries get bought up by the big guys,
but they were craft.
Yeah, but a lot of things change.
And independent.
I think a lot of it goes back to like blurring lines. So there's a lot of breweries that came up as craft breweries when that really was truly like a pure term,
and
everybody knew what it was.
Yeah.
And then some of these, the bigger craft breweries started getting bought up. And then, basically the bad guys, AB, Miller Coors, whatever, start leveraging that kind of branding, our craft breweries, our craft portfolio. And then it's like, all right, fair enough. So I know some of those guys that make beer and those things, and they still do small batch beer in some cases. They also blow some up to absurd locations. I mean, absurd volumes.
Right.
But really, I think what Brad said, independent is really where it comes back. So, I mean, knowing who's making it, and is it really going to AB, Miller Coors, some giant, company that's not even an American company, or is it supporting a bunch of jobs in your neighborhood and supporting, local folks? So it's that independent versus, I think that what was craft beer 5 years ago has kind of evolved to independent craft beer, and I think a lot of us are like very conscious of that.
Okay, what's the game plan for 2017 for Noble Ale Works? Y'all going to kick in that other side over there? What's
the
the
idea
goal?
is to kick in the other side, 30-barrel brew house, a bunch of tanks, and hopefully get our beer out to more than just Southern California. And then I want to keep making, with Matt here, Methalmu.
And crush it.
We want to crush it.
Crush it. Take over the world.
Yeah, that's it.
Well,
that's a T-shirt right there. God damn it!
Yeah. No, we're gonna. I want to keep making some progressive stuff. So we'll have our core beers, and then on our system, we're gonna crush
do what
it.
the kids like. What the kids are drinking.
And you know what? We're kids.
So it's all hazy?
Damn it.
All hazy from
All
here on
hazy
out?
all the time.
I like
also,
clear beer.
Big ABV stouts.
Yeah.
And so maybe some sours.
Some fruited sours.
Okay, what is progressive?
That's a good question. No, I thought this was progressive. I thought Big Wig was progressive. I thought Tongue Tickles was progressive.
Take out the caramel malt.
Right.
It's progressive at the time.
And now
Haze is progressive, but it's like kind of not there anymore.
That's the thing with progressive is it's progressing. But Hazy's still there. I think
fruited sours, big adjunct stouts.
Yeah, I
Those
mean
are-
that's
where it's
what
at right now.
keeping on. We like to keep what?
I think the Belgians are going to come back. The
Vito's over there
Everything
fucking
we're-
a podcast.
I know,
up,
he's-
man.
there's
You've
a
been
guy in the
taking
corner,
pictures
he's
of that.
laughing, he's
He's fucking the shit. We're trying to bring their big finish here, and
Big
Vito's
finish,
over there.
and then Fetus is over
Yeah.
here. I mean Vito, excuse me. Vito's over here.
Zito.
Just Zito. Is it Zito?
It's like a pizza place.
Zetus? He's over laughing. All right, but anyway, 2017 is going to be a big year for Noble, brother.
Jesus Christ, brother.
I know, yeah,
Brad
sorry.
turns into Hulk Hogan on the podcast.
I don't know what I was channeling there. I think it was,
It's always funny when I go back and watch the old wrestling promos. It's like, brother, let me tell you something, brother. Cut daddy. Yeah. It's like everybody's related all of a sudden.
yeah, daddy, brother. Yeah.
Rob, you want to jump in here and wrap this thing up?
Yeah. What do you want me to say? I don't know.
Well, talk about the goddamn Twitter account for El Segundo Brewing Company.
At
On Instagram. I follow you on both of them.
At ESBC Brews, and you do a phenomenal job of retweeting or whatever the case may be. And thanks to our bros at Noble. I told Steve a long time ago that these are guys that he wants to get to know, and the beers speak for themselves, but quality people too.
Well, that's nice of you. Thank you.
We really like El
That's
Segundo.
all.
We
really like El Segundo.
Hey, we're talking about social media. I got started a long time ago. So on social media, on Twitter and Instagram, people can follow you where?
At Matt
Noble
Fonts,
Ale Works.
FANTZ. You can add me personally.
Whoa. At Noble
Oh,
Ale Works
wait.
on Instagram and
We'll go. Vito, here you go. Vito.
It's at Noble Ale Works.
all right. And then
Damn. That's what I've been looking for. I've been here for 4 hours drinking beer, and finally Vito comes here and just drops a fucking pearl on us.
He hasn't been
Thanks,
drinking.
Vito. Motherfucker, I got to get you on the podcast. Why have I been wasting my time here with
we're
Brad and
trying to
Matt? I
waste
could be
time.
talking to fucking
Yeah,
Vito.
yeah.
We're going to bottom line this shit in 15 minutes.
That's right. You would have been in and out. Yeah, you would have had a good open
Yeah.
and then close out at
Yeah,
home, and then
fuck.
15 minutes of this whole nonsense. What are we doing here?
You kidding me?
Yeah.
Good about it.
So at Noble Ale Works, at Matt Fance, Fancy Pants.
Fonts, FANTZ.
And then at Bradcom is BRADKOM is my Instagram account. I'm putting myself over. I don't give a shit.
Longest outro in the history of.
No, 15-minute outro.
I'd like to thank Rob for coming down, and I really like Mayberry's, one of my favorites.
Oh, the Mayberry.
It's always the one I order.
I always get
see
Mayberry.
I'm feeling
I
good
order.
now. Thanks.
Yeah. Rob knows good beer, so
I know. Stone Cold knows good beer. You know good beer, Steve.
Mr.
does know
Cold
good
knows
beer.
I just know what I like.
He's got a good
At
palate.
the end of the day,
That's
whether
what
you're drinking,
matters, right?
Whether you're drinking craft beer, mass beer, whatever the fuck it's called, if you're drinking whatever you like, more power to you. In this story.
Yep. It's what you like. Yeah. And then going back to the descriptors, everything else, I mean, it's all personal. So
Yeah, and now I am going to power slam Brad through the picnic table.
please do that.
Vito will roll the video camera, put it on Instagram. Hey, it was great coming down here to Anaheim, California. Rob and I from El Segundo Brewing Company, maker of badass beers in their own rights, going to jump in our Uber vehicle, head back down to the Marina Del Rey, El
nobody
Segundo
driving.
area.
Thank God.
It's been a pleasure getting to know Noble Ale Works. Brad, Matt, met you guys a couple times down at El Segundo.
Yeah,
Y'all come
great
out
time.
to support the release of my beer, or our beer. So thank you very much for the support. And hopefully this podcast can support back for you guys.
That'd be awesome.
Good
Thank
luck
you.
for
Thank you.
2017. And
Thank you very much.
This is the third time I met you, so we're pretty much friends now, right?
I ain't got a whole lot of friends.
So that's a no.
I mean, I have
Here's Steve also coming back in a minute to close this show down. We're out.
Hey, I'm Steve Bertoni, the host of the Forbes Interview Podcast, where we sit down with the people you see on the cover of Forbes. We're talking the world's wealthiest and most influential leaders.
Like Richard Branson, Jessica Alba, Adam Carolla, Ashton Kutcher, Michael Phelps, Jason Derulo, Guy Oseary, and IEX CEO Brad Katsuyama.
All this on the Forbes Interview. Download or subscribe on podcast1.com or iTunes.
All right, everybody, give me the go-home cue. It's time to wrap up his podcast and ride off into the sunset. I want to thank Brad and Matt down there at Noble Ale Works, Anaheim, California. Spent a little time with me. Give me a bunch of damn beer to bring back to the house, and I drank it all and had a good time. And thanks to Rob Croxall, El Segundo Brewing Company. the inventor of Broken Skull IPA, the best IPA in the world, going down there with me and hanging out. Good talking to you guys. Hey, before I close this show up, I want to give you guys a video to watch. And, man, this is a very interesting video. And ever since I got my power rack over at 316 Gimmick Street delivered, and I can kind of train a little bit more in private and make it easier on myself. When the gym's too crowded over there, I can't stand that shit. So I got my own setup over here at the house now. Can't get inside my house, but I can get inside my garage. And like I said, I always get on YouTube and look up motivational stuff. And this one is coming from the guys over at EliteFTS.com, and they built my power rack down at the Broken Skull Ranch. They make badass equipment. And this isn't about their equipment. This is about the founder or owner, Dave Tate, talking about going into a certain state of mind before he goes into a heavy lift. I think Dave is a former power lifter. He still lifts very heavy. I don't think he competes anymore. But the video to watch on YouTube, and it's explicit content, but he's just talking and using language. But go to YouTube and type in Into the Void, extended version, in parentheses, explicit. Because the video will start off with Dave. It looks like he just got finished doing a hell of a set, and he's just breathing real heavy, and he's cussing because he probably puked. The guy trains like a beast. Then he breaks down about where his mind is at once he gets under a bar, gets a bar in his hands, or what he's trying to do, and just loses all concept of everything. And bad day, good day, nothing really matters. It's the lift, and he just goes into this state of mind. So as a motivational tool, I watched it a few times and it entertains the shit out of me, and it's a very neat take on his motivation, where he takes his mind to push himself and his body to be better, be stronger, and break through barriers. So anyway, if you get on YouTube, check out Into the Void, extended version, explicit. And it's Dave Tate talking about the state of mind as he undertakes heavy weights in the gym. And you ain't got to be a power lifter or a bodybuilder to watch it or learn from it. It can apply to, any style that you lift, or if you're a runner, any run that you do. Check that out. Hey, man, Broken Skull Challenge, the season finale. Can't say it one more time. I'm going to say it one more time. Is this Sunday, 10/9 Central on CMT. We finish up with the women. These ladies come out and throw down an epic, just fucking epic. I could have been more proud of them. And you talk about a badass show. We finish strong. We finish off the charts with the Broken Skull Challenge. Promise me, set your DVRs. If you thought the guys were badass, and they were, watch the women. These chicks are going to blow you out of the water. Hey, man, I appreciate you guys supporting the sponsor of the Steve Austin Podcast. They are the ones that let me do this for you free twice a week. So big thanks to DDP Yoga. Go to ddpyoga.com/Austin to get 25% off all DDPY DVDs and related merch. To Helix, go to helixsleep.com/podcast to get $50 off your first order. To the Books, order flowers from Books.com and use the promo code Steve to save 20% off your order. To CISO, sign up at CISO.com and use the promo code Podcast1 to get 2 months free. And, of course, Amazon, they've been supporting this podcast since day one. If you order anything from Amazon, they kick back a little bit to the podcast to help us pay our production costs. It never costs you anything extra. There's no hidden fees or charges. But if you use my Amazon links and buy whatever you plan on buying, that helps out the podcast in the process. And you can find my Amazon links by going to podcast1.com, clicking on the Killer Deals button in the top right corner of the page, and then hitting the Steve Austin Show button. I got Amazon links for the USA, UK, and Canada. So once again, go to podcast1.com, click the Killer Deals button in the top right corner, and click on the Steve Austin Show. And if you bookmark or something, but you can find it easier. And anything you buy doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does help us pay the production cost on the show. Hey, keep your ass listening. The 60-second AP News headlines are coming up next. I don't know where I'm pointing my vehicle this week to bring you an interview, but I'm going to bring you something that's going to be good. Until then, my name is Steve Austin, and I will catch your ass down the road.
Download new episodes of Steve Austin Unleashed every Thursday at podcastone.com. That's podcastone.com.
Stay tuned for the latest AP News headlines from Podcast One right after this.
The Angry President. I'm Rita Foley with an AP News Minute. We've learned that President Trump was seething when he fired FBI Director James Comey. He felt Comey let the FBI's Russia investigation play out in the press, we're told. Former Trump campaign advisor Roger Stone tells the Today Show this morning the Trump presidential campaign did not collude with Moscow.
The idea of Russian collusion is a canard. It's a falsehood.
Earlier on the Today Show, White House Deputy Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders was asked about a line in the president's termination letter to Comey that read, "I greatly appreciate you informing me on 3 separate occasions that I am not under investigation." Some have called that statement into question. Sanders was asked about it.
Look, I'm not sure on the reasoning behind that exact part being in there, but I do know I spoke to the president directly, and he said that those moments and conversations did take place.
I'm Rita Foley.